Hey again, folks. Just starting on working on some cars for a race, actually a set of races at the Igloo Proving Grounds. They're put on by the Beaverworx Diecast racing guy. If you haven't seen their tracks, which I'm sure most of you that have been following or have joined my page here know that one. But for those of you that don't, it's really entertaining. There's a bunch of different track styles, all of it geared towards the off-road, with the exception of a specific track. Anyways, their race entails 4 different types of cars running on each of the tracks that they've got. Heavy off-road, light off-road, fully on-road, and a jump car. So as I was looking for cars to use for this particular series of races, I kind of like spending time looking at different cars and watching all of the different guys who build suspensions on YouTube. And one guy called Mechanicustoms, the guy really does such a great job trying all kinds of different designs and layouts, and he builds just a ton of interesting and wild suspensions for diecast 1/64 cars. So if you haven't looked him up, go ahead and I'll put a link down in the bottom there for that as well. But in my search for different cars, I kind of am a fan of these particular cars. They actually are pretty darn cheap. This is a 70 Chevy K5 Blazer, and if you don't know that, that's a Maisto, but it's got a fantastic body, and to be honest with you, the base is quite nice. The wheels are only but that can be changed. So that may be one of my cars. I'm not sure if it'll fit in the light off-road category. Don't know. But one of the cars I have been focusing on is this car, which is an older die-cast car. They're made by Majorette. Let's see if I can get it in here for you. It's made by Majorette. It's called a Depanneuse, which in French, is a tow truck. But this tow truck is called the Wild Mustang. It's actually meant to be like a forest ranger service vehicle. But the neat thing about these things is they actually come with a nice working suspension. So when I saw these originally, I was intrigued by the hole and the wires in there, so I went ahead and bought a couple of them, and this is one I'm currently working on. It'll be painted. I guess part of the rules for the Beaverworx race is that all your 4 cars need to be the same race livery. They all need to look like a team, which makes sense, so no worries there. I'll go ahead and paint these in some kind of paint job that'll all match. But the nice part is this car, when you take it apart, has a single attachment point in the front, makes it very nice, and a clip style in the back. It's super simple. It comes in your standard 4-part car. The windshield's a little cracked. I guess that makes it good for an off-road race. Interior, and then the chassis. Well, if you notice, the chassis, see if I can get it to focus in here for you. The chassis is sprung like a lot of guys try to redo Hot Wheels cars with 2 music wire straps that extend to the front and the rear being a loop. You can see it there. I'll move it so you can see it. The rear being a loop, and the 2 front ones just being secured in the front. They cross across the top of the axle and just keep it in place. Super simple, smart. They've been doing this for years and years. In my mind, the suspension, while it is it is good, still isn't quite adequate for what I'm looking for. But it is a built-in item, which makes it factory style, and you know, got a lot of, like I said, a lot of guys go after that style. Interesting. So, anyways, there it is. It's a Depanneuse by Majorette, with a built-in suspension system, and a beautiful design, kind of a cool little truck. And if you look them up, they come in different styles, different paint jobs and such. But anyways, it's called the Depanneuse by Majorette. So anyway, thanks for looking in, and I appreciate your time.